Hello everyone. Got 5 dirty jokes for you today. So a lady of the night was standing beside a brothel, hoping for a customer. She had been standing there for hours, and her hopes of getting any business were fading fast. Just as she was about to give up, she saw an elderly man walking by. He was over 70 years old, and she knew he was probably not her ideal customer. But at this point, she was desperate. So she whistled at him and said, "Hey, would you like to have some fun time with me?" The old man looked surprised and replied, "But I won't be able to." But she was undeterred. "Come on, man, give it a try," she said, giving him a seductive smile. The old man finally agreed, and they went inside her room. She was expecting the worst, but the moment they got to the bed, the old man surprised her. He turned into a machine and made passionate love to her for an hour straight, leaving her breathless and exhausted. When he was done, the hooker caught her breath and said, "But you said you won't be able to." The old man looked at her and completed the sentence, "To pay you." So one day, a chicken farmer named John decided to take a break from his daily routine and visit a local bar. As he sat down, he noticed an attractive woman sitting next to him and decided to strike up a conversation. He ordered a glass of champagne, and to his surprise, the woman did the same. "Wow, what a coincidence," John said with a smile. "I'm actually celebrating today." "Really?" The woman raised an eyebrow. "So am I." John's eyes widened. "No way. What a small world. What are you celebrating?" The woman's face lit up. "Well, my husband and I have been trying for a baby, and today my gynecologist told me that I'm finally pregnant." John couldn't believe it. "That's amazing news. I'm celebrating something similar, actually." "Really? Do tell." The woman leaned in with interest. "For years, all of my hens were infertile. But today, they are all laying fertilized eggs," John explained, his excitement evident. The woman looked impressed. "That's fantastic. How did you manage that?" John beamed. "I used a different rooster," he replied with a chuckle. The woman laughed and raised her glass to his. "What a coincidence." So a Chinese man comes to California for a holiday. He arrives and gets a cab to take him to his hotel. On the way he sees a few buses, and he says to the taxi driver, "The buses here are so noisy and really slow. In China the buses are very fast." The taxi driver says nothing. Later the Chinese tourist sees a marine with a few boats sailing by. He comments again to the driver, "The boats here are so slow. In China the boats are very fast." The driver kept silent and drove. When they get to the hotel, the Chinese tourist gets out of the taxi and asks for the meter reading. The driver calmly tells him the price, and the man is startled. "Are you kidding?" he yells. "Your buses are so slow. The boats are so slow. If everything else here is so slow, then how come the meter of your taxi is so fast?" The driver gives him a smile and says, "It's made in China." So an airline captain was helping a new blonde flight attendant prepare for her first overnight trip. Upon their arrival, the captain showed the flight attendant the best place for airline personnel to eat, shop, and stay overnight. The next morning, as the pilot was preparing the crew for the day's route, he noticed that the new attendant was missing. He knew which room she was staying in, so he called her up to see what happened. "Hey, where are you?" the pilot asked. "I'm stuck in my room," the blonde replied in distress. The pilot was confused. "You're stuck in your room? What do you mean? I can't get out." The blonde groaned. "There are only 3 doors in here. One leads to the bathroom, one leads to the closet, and one has a sign on it that says 'Do not disturb.'" So Josh was strolling along the street when he saw his buddy Michael striding along anxiously with lots of bags in his hands. "Hey Michael, is everything all right? You seem kind of jumpy." Michael set the bags on the ground and said, "Yeah, I was just now at the state-of-the-art supermarket that they launched in the industrial part of the city." "Oh, what's it like there?" "I heard it's remarkable." "Kind of," Michael replied. Josh was amazed when Michael described the grocery store with enthusiasm, emphasizing the atmosphere of naturalness and genuineness. You could hear cows mooing and smell the barn in the milk section. In the egg aisle, chickens were cackling and the chicken co-op was in the air. And it was even better in the vegetable section. You could literally hear the farmers and smell the fields. "Wow, that sounds incredible," Josh exclaimed. "Well, yes, in principle," said Michael with a grimace. "But this is the last time I'm going there to buy toilet paper."